Welcome to Galaxyland. We're finally in, and to sum up the situation here, because at the time of filming this, it is getting into Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. So that is early October in 2021, our year of constant COVID, or at least Alberta having a rather bad kick of COVID currently. As you can see behind me, the key star attraction of this park, Mindbender, is not operating today, which is probably the most heartbreaking aspect of my visit. Has not been operating since late June, and it doesn't look like it will be for my visit tomorrow either. I've been here an hour already, and I did get the reduced rate of $31 to get in, which is fair, considering that you don't really have a full ride offering, as Chaos behind me, this green contraption, is also not running today. I think those are the only two attractions that really aren't really open that matter or are significant. Everything else is on, so I can give you an atmospheric vlog of what's going on here, because I will say I've done everything. I've done every attraction that I want to do. I've also been on the Cosmic Spinner, Cosmic Orbiter, Cosmic Stomach Turner 4 times already. And I've been on the Auto Car, which is the other family coaster, the Zier model right behind us here, which also has yellow track. It's kind of perplexing that they have 2 major coasters with the same colored track. Makes it very confusing looking at this sort of spaghetti bowl behind me. But that being said, both of those rides were solid. In fact, Cosmic Spinner is probably the best spinning coaster I've ever been on. I'd heard big things about it, and it's actually kind of unreal how good it is. That is a really forceful Gerster hauler. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's probably the best coaster spinning wise that I've been on, without question. It is really, really out of control and spins you around like so many times. 3 lift hills, airtime hills where you're spinning simultaneously. The ride is really unpredictable. I did 4 rides in a row, and not a single one was the same, and I did try to do different seats each time too. That being said, can't get on Mindbender. So it is a bit of a heartbreaking situation. Yeah, 1 hour and I've done everything. I've even done the haunted house, the fun house. I've been on the space shot here just behind me twice already. Now to speak on that, it's actually an excellent SNS space shot. I've never really been on one with so much force. That first launch up, it's got a lot of force to it, but it's the second one after you bounce and go back up that really throws you out of your seat. Tons of floater airtime coming down. As you're being pushed down from the summit, you just get thrown right out of your seat, unlike any SNS that I've ever been on before, including the one that it is my favorite, which is at Marineland. So yeah, it is crazy and out of control. Good times. So despite the fact that there's not a huge offering of attractions at this park today, the few that they have on offer are definitely excellent. I do have a couple other rides that I'll cover as we go through the park again. It only takes about a couple minutes to go from one side to the other. And as you can see, it is a walk-on for everything. So I have a little bit over an hour to do a couple more rides of what I want to re-ride. Definitely going to be going back on those 2 coasters again. And I think that might be it, other than the space shot, which I'll do. And maybe the haunted house, because the haunted house was actually really good. It was a lot more impressive than I thought it would be. It has even a 16 and above age limit before you can even go inside. saying about Space Shot, excellent ride. The blast is just like the most forceful that I've had on one of these S&S Space Shots that I've been on. So it gives you tons of floater coming on down, and then it shoots you back up. And I think a little bit more force than the actual initial launch. So you really hit the top. It was unexpected. I thought it was just actually one single launch up and then you drop, but no, it's actually two. And it's very, very impressive and the most forceful of those designs that I have been on. Now, yeah, you're just gonna enjoy some atmosphere from this park as I do another loop around. I'll cover some of the attractions I did not mention during that spiel as I encounter them here and do some re-rides. There's a little bit over an hour of my 3-hour allotment for today. And I will say that if you are coming like myself on a day like today, you'll have more than enough time to get as many rides as you want. Even if Mindbender, I would say, is open, it would be enough time. I allotted 2 days here. That is way too much time, so I'm gonna definitely be checking out more Edmonton. It's off again. Maybe I'll go on Space Shot again. Seems to be going through a lot of cycles, so about that time, get another ride in. Okay, so I just finished the laser vault and the auto sled. Auto sled right behind me. It's a solid Zero family coaster. Pretty fast, actually. Crazy fast launch and a crazy entrance just in that final curve returning into the station. It's just one cycle around, but great views of the entire park from the positioning and some really good helixes with a lot of speed and a lot of diving turns. It's pretty solid for a family ride, to be honest. I also did the laser I would say laser escape room behind me, so it's just like a bunch of lasers that you try to like get through like a cat burglar. It's kind of fun. I did it 3 times actually, trying to figure out the pattern on the hard level. Not a bad little side little curiosity, let's say. Time Freak over here looks like it's actually cost admission to get into, so I'm gonna have a look at that as I get around. Now this thing here, Cosmic Orbiter, Cosmic Spinner. I'm not really sure about the point of this ride because it was kind of like dizzying and didn't really do much. I was not that impressed by it, to be honest, overall. So if there is a candidate for something to be removed, it's this ride right here. Yeah, not much to it really. There's all sorts of things crammed into this space, like rock climbing. Imagine it's just like an arcade that's just been littered with a bunch of rides, because that's kind of what it feels like to me. Although pretty quality rides. The flats are decent. The coasters are pretty good. There's one, of course, I'd love to get on, but unfortunately, we know the story behind that. All right, let's carry on. Galaxy Orbiter is a bit of madness. 5 rides. I'm just so spun out from it that I do some more, but yeah, it's a pretty intense family coaster. I'm really impressed, and I think I'm done, even though I could go on it. I might go on it one more time.
Galaxyland will be closing in 15 minutes. Please begin making your way to the only remaining exit, the main gate located by the Cosmos.
Based on that, so I got time for one more ride. It might be that. I'm really hoping I might be able to get on Havoc. But I also missed Dragon Wagon in the background.
Operated games and machinery as they are being turned off and will no longer function. Please remember to remove all items from your locker as there is no overnight usage allowed in the park.
This kids coaster that I didn't manage to get on, so I don't know. If mine bender is open tomorrow, then I'll get another credit. I foolishly missed this one, and I also, because it's a kiddie coaster, I was kind of a little weirded out by doing it.
Galaxyland will be closing in 5 minutes. Please begin making your way to the only remaining exit, the main gate located by the Cosmos Space Derby ride and the Stardust.
It's the end of the day. Looks like there's going to be no Havoc, even though I'm hoping for maybe one test run with humans attached, so we're going to look one more time. If not, it'll be the last ride of the day. Fortunately, Havoc is now out of commission. I think I'm going to try to do one more shot on Space Shot, because it is that good. That free fall is just so amazing. The ride house will probably be surprised to see me, as I said I was done. But we're gonna do one more ride. I think this is the best ride to end with today. We are off, we're getting out of here. At one shot I wanted to get one more ride here before we got out. Unfortunately, Dragon Wagon I can't get on for the credit because I need a child. The ride that I wanted to get in motion just stopped. Unfortunately. It's a very impressive ride to see in motion, but not so much to ride. Okay, that's our Galaxyland day done here, and yeah, so just some insights for those of you that might be visiting. The water park is primarily family focused, whereas this side, a lot of the children's rides are closed, and many of the walk-through sections for children that I wish I was not too old enough, I could definitely check out, or I would love to check out, because yeah, there's some cool walk-through mazes and stuff in this children's area. For the most part, it is closed. Probably open tomorrow though, because it is a long weekend. Summing up Galaxyland, I just had a last ride on Zero Gravity, which is actually once was called Pop-Up Trouble or something like that. It was sponsored by the game, the familiar board game for those of you might know, with that little dice piece in the center, as per still in the center of that ride. I thought that ride would be a lot more intense than it actually was. It unfortunately was not that crazy or intense. It's fast. It's not really that disorientating or anything. So I think that Havoc would have been much better ride of the two, to be perfectly honest. Still a decent ride, great lighting setup on it, and it is a great ride as an entrance to the park. I'm right now actually at the opposite entrance to the park, where the children's section is. It's a little bit quieter over here for me to sum things up, but it is closed as well. This area has been closed all day. So yeah, I have to say it was a good day at Galaxyland. Only 3 hours, so that was enough to get 6 rides on Galaxy Orbiter, the best spinning coaster I've ever been on. That was also enough time to do 3 rides on Auto Sled, 5 rides on the Space Shot, countless rides as well on everything else, as you've seen some of as well. I did do 2 rides on Zero Gravity. It got to the point where at the end of the day I didn't even know what I wanted to ride that was left. If Mindbender were open, that would probably be a very easy decision And obviously that is the biggest heartbreak for me on this trip. I did know that that was happening going in. Now, this emergency preventive maintenance that they're talking about on the ride is a little shifty to me. As you can see, there is no real work being done on the ride. It's just closed. I did ask ride operations at the beginning, have you seen it open in July, August, in September? And the answer has been no. So feasibly, I would say the chances of it opening tomorrow are slim to none, but I'm still holding out a small bit of hope that that baby might be up tomorrow. I certainly hope so. I would love to get on it, because other than that, there's really no other point for me to come back to this park to visit. There's not anything else that I really want to do or knock off my credit list. I did almost get on Dragon Wagon, but unfortunately I can't get that credit because I don't have a child, so I'll have to walk away from that one, unfortunately. Overall, I'd say if I was paying $50 to get into this park, I'd be disappointed if Mindbender wasn't available. I'd be disappointed pretty much on any general day that it wasn't busy, or that it was busy and I couldn't get a full complement of rides. I wouldn't say it's $50 worth of entertainment, considering that La Ronde has way more rides and is only $40 to get into, and Wonderland is a similar price point to this park. But it is Edmonton and there's slim pickings as far as amusement is concerned. So what they do have in this mall is quite exceptional, considering the remoteness of the largest metropolis in the north, in North America. All right, guys, that is a sum up for my Galaxyland day. Not entirely sure if I'll have another day here tomorrow. It might be that I just do a tour of the mall, and obviously I will try to get into the water park tomorrow to give you a sum up of that experience tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and always enjoy.